show you a herb which is really good for us. And this herb is called sage. This is sage. It is a great herb. Look at it. This is sage. So come with me as I show you how to process sage and use it for your teas or for garnishing. Now, if you look here, in this tray here, I have been, for a week now, I have been drying this sage here in this tray by the windowsill. So the sage is now dry. So it has taken about a week to dry this sage. Look at this, as I crush it. You can easily crush it now. Look at that. So I can easily crush it through my fingers, and it is disintegrating. Look at that, it's disintegrating. So that means the sage is dry now, and it is breaking into small pieces. So the sage is now ready for a tea. Oh, this is awesome. The sage is now ready for a tea. So what we are going to do now is just to keep on crushing it so that we enjoy the sage. So this sage is good for, for garnishing, marinating various dishes. This sage is good for the tea. You can enjoy a cup of tea by just mixing the sage in, with a bit of hot water. Let it cool a bit, and then you enjoy the sage. So I'm going to show you now how we can come up with a good textured powder of the sage. So let's dive into this and enjoy the sage. So I have this sage in the tray as I've shown you, and this is just the fresh one. This is fresh sage. The aroma is the same. If I take this fresh sage, the aroma is incredible. And if I compare the two, the fresh sage and the dry sage, they are more or less, having the same aroma. So that's our dry sage there in the tray. So this is the dry sage. This is the dry sage, and this is the fresh sage. The aroma is incredible, and the dry one, it's more or less the same, although the fresh one is a bit vibrant. So now we are going to crush the sage, the dry sage, into some powder so we can use in our tea. I will always, love taking sage tea because it is incredible. It is very important benefits. So I have about 3 main benefits of taking sage. It helps to boost memory. Sometimes as the brain gets tired, as the brain cells they get worn out as well, just like any other part of the body. So by taking sage, the experts say that it might help with memory, And another benefit, the experts also say, if you take sage just before bedtime, it can help with sleep. This is what is believed to be some benefits of sage. And the other one is that sage is very good for for the gut health, for controlling blood sugars. So this is another important benefit which is said to help when you take sage. So now is the time we were waiting for. We just want to crush this sage and enjoy the aromatic herb. I always call it an aromatic herb. So please, people, do remember to subscribe to my channel. I ask this again, and I'll be thankful if you do subscribe. And you always, you always benefit from these interesting videos of Mary Z. Mary Z Easy Recipes. So we are now here to pound the sage. As I've said, you can either just you can either just you can either just rub the sage in your fingers like this, because it's sun dried. It is now ready for consumption. Or there is an easier way you can do this. You can always get this beautiful gadget, which is manual. You can always use this beautiful gadget. Here we go. You can always pound the sage in a mortar. You can always pound in a mortar and pestle. So this is the mortar here. We are going to pound using this pestle here. And we have our aromatic sage. So this is the aromatic sage in the making. All you need is just a teaspoon to make as a tea. You let it, after adding hot water, you let it sit for a little while, and you don't have to drink it when it is hot. You just have to have it mild temperature. So this is what we do now. We need to pound the sage. We are going to pound the sage. So there we go. Just pound. We don't want to lose it. So we pound the sage. So just break it into small particles. We pound the sage, and we can even continue crushing it, crushing it with our fingers. You can crush it. I love the crushing, it is easier, although pounding is good as well. But if I crush with my fingers, I feel I'm getting better results. I'm getting better results through crushing. So the tool can help, crushing and pounding. Yeah, just use the tool. See, the sage is disintegrating. Yeah, the sun has done a great job. Look at that. So the sage is disintegrating. Wow. As I do this, I enjoy doing this because I love the sage aroma. The fragrance will just leave you in another world of your own. Wow, look at this. Look at this. So hand crushing seems to be working better than the pounding, but some people will just love the pounding. And I can just squeeze. Wow, look at that. We are getting there. We are getting there. The squeezing of the sage. We are getting there. Wow. So when you make the tea, you just need, so we don't want to, the surface is very clean. We don't want to lose any sage, because what happened? What happened the other day? I just woke up and said to myself, oh, this sage seems to be going to waste. It was growing in a big pot. So I said, oh, what can I do? because very soon the weather is going to change and we might lose these precious leaves. So what I did is I picked the leaves from this sage plant. After I picked the leaves, I washed them thoroughly because, these days, because of the temperatures, there's a lot of activity going on. There's a hidden activity. The bugs or the little creatures are all over the place. The other day, I saw a couple of lady birds. They're just, loitering in the garden. So that's the reason why I need just to wash this thoroughly. So I washed the sage so thoroughly. Then after that, I put the sage in this tray and then dried the sage by the windowsill. And look the result I have now. This amazing texture of sage. Wow, look at that. Look at that. It's really awesome. So after now, you are going to see for yourself. So this is the journey of this sage here in this tray, which today we are crushing into a sort of a manageable, powder-like or form of particles. And we are going to use for garnishing our chicken, use for garnishing our stews, and we are going to enjoy. It is just a teaspoon you need when you are going to make a cup of sage tea. So all you do is you just need a teaspoon. See, just a teaspoon of sage and you are good to go. So after you finish, preparing the sage, and please remember to subscribe to this amazing Mary Z channel. So after you finish, there is always a way out of storing. I have this, look at this. This one is a kilner. It is a kilner jar. I have a kilner jar here. So we are going to use the kilner jar to store the sage. So when we are satisfied with the particles of the sage, so a clean kilner jar is always handy for storing these herbs. So all you do is, it has been washed already and it's clean and dry. Remember, it should be dry. So make sure the kilner jar is dry. And then this is storage time. You just store your sage in the kilner. Just store your sage in the kilner jar, and it will go on for a long time. So I have this kilner jar. It's going to take care of the sage while I use it for my tea. And remember, the benefits are believed to be good memory, helping with sleep, and controlling blood sugars. So there goes our sage in the kilner jar. So our sage is there. What's left is just to close it tightly like this. Close it tightly, press here the lid, and then you just clip there. Close tightly. Whoa, there you go. Our sage is safe in the kilner jar. Look at that. Look at that. Thanks everybody for watching the journey of the amazing sage. Is now safe and sound in the kilner jar. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Thanks everybody. Please do remember to subscribe.